Kelly Style, your State Farm insurance agent in Oskaloosa, is excited to be serving the Mahaska County community and the surrounding area. See Kelly at 309 High Avenue E, Oskaloosa, or call 641-673-0088.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to shuffle!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome into a Tuesday, April 2nd. Morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. Morning wake up brought to us by our good friends at Home Plate Sports Cards at 1516 A Avenue East, Oskaloosa, 641-676-1516, open Wednesday through Friday, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., Saturdays noon to 6, Sundays noon to 4. There's no place like Home Plate Sports Cards in Oskaloosa. They like their wrestling at Home Plate Sports Cards as well. Coming up this weekend, they'll have their WrestleMania party. Free pizza. They've got prizes if you're a wrestling fan, WWE, AEW. Again, that's Saturday, 5 to 10, Sunday, 5 to 10. 2 evenings of WrestleMania at Home Plate Sports Cards in Oskaloosa. Check that out. That should be a lot of fun. I might make an appearance at the WrestleMania party. I like me some wrestling, so we'll be checking that out. Home Plate Sports Cards bringing us our morning wake-up live from the Oski Dental Studios. Oski Dental in, of course, Oskaloosa. Dr. Dan Schuster. Call 641-673-4845. Get a hold of Dr. Dan, and he can help you out. The whole crew at Oski Dental, friendly folks, and they're going to take good care of you at Oski Dental. We are live from the Oski Dental Studios here on the Morning Wake Up. Let's get a look at our forecast up next. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. As you can find the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson. Call 641-622-3191. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Saturday, 9 to noon. Fresh floral arrangements, jewelry, home decor, sympathy gifts, something for everyone at the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Showers today. You know, it's not easy. I've got a house full of dogs that need to go to the bathroom, and none of them want to go outside to go to the bathroom in the rain. I know we need the rain, but my dogs also need to go to the bathroom. Come on, rain. Let up for like 5 minutes. Showers today, mainly before 2 p.m. Breezy north winds and a high of 44. Precip amounts between a half and 3/4 of an inch. For tonight, there is a slight chance of some rain. And let's see here. Maybe some snow showers tonight. I thought my eyes were deceiving me there for a second, but yes, snow, the S word, the 4-lettered S word. Snow is in the forecast for tonight. Little or no snow accumulation expected. Cloudy, breezy, a low of 32. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour for tonight. Rain and snow showers possible for tomorrow. And windy tomorrow. Cloudy, a high of 45. Sounds like a fairly miserable day tomorrow. Cloudy and blustery tomorrow night, a low of 30. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And then Thursday should be getting back to some decent weather at least. Partly sunny and 48. right now. Our current conditions here in southeast Iowa. Let me update the National Weather Service page. Right now, we have humidity at 100%. Wind speeds are north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Ye old barometer is at 29.59 and currently 39 degrees with some rain, fog, and mist in southeast Iowa. That is your forecast brought to us by the Garden Gate here on Steve Shetler Media, the morning wake up. What's up next? Let's take a look at what our question of the day is. A question of the day brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. Call or text for an appointment at 641-622-3772. Our question of the day always goes out on Facebook at noon. Have you started your yard work yet? I mean, obviously you're not going to do it today since it's all rainy, but have you started yard work yet? I have. I jumped on my lawnmower last week, so that'll be our question of the day. Look for that at noon today. What else we got going on? Oh, I posted here just a little while ago. Finally got the information in. Facebook was slow this week on getting my information for the top 20. And there you go. Number one again, most engaged fan, Bruce Hahn. 3 weeks in a row. 333. He's a 3-3-3-time champion. Bruce Hahn is number one again this week. Bruce is followed by Dan Adams, Lacey Render, my wife, Stacy, Dodie, Alan Sellers coming in at 6th. Dave, Nancy, Christine, and Sherry are your top 10. So, and then you see 11 through 20. Top 10, the number one spot. Like, comment, and share. Those are the three things, the magic combination to move up the rankings in the weekly top 20. So if you want to see your name on this list, just like, comment, and share as much as my stuff as you can. And you too can jump into the weekly top 20 on the Steve Shetler Media weekly rankings. Let's see what else. Coming up this week here on Steve Shetler Media, we will, of course, have our Iowa Music Showcase live at Barn Wired in Sigourney. I was up at Barn Wired yesterday, and Amanda was back. Good to see Amanda up at Barn Wired again. And this Friday, we're going to have Iowa's Sierra Griggs in the house from 11:30 to noon. She'll be singing some original tunes and doing a live interview with me this Friday, 11:30 to noon, live at Barn Wired for our Iowa Music Showcase. And there are two options on that. You can stop in and be part of the live audience at Barn Wired, which is always fun to see it live and happening in person. Get some coffee, get something to eat, and check it out live, or just watch here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, with our Iowa Music Showcase with Sierra Griggs. And then coming up on Saturday morning, we'll turn around and be live at Brothers Market at 8 a.m. Coach Hobbs will be our host with the most. And I'm not sure who we've got lined up for this week as for a guest, but you can always stop in, do your grocery shopping. As I've said before, it's always fun to see the people come in, do their grocery shopping while we're doing the sports section. You see some of the same people at the same times every Saturday morning. Some people like their schedule, and they like to get their groceries on Saturday morning. So you can stop in live, or you can just watch here on Steve Shetler Media, the sports section on Saturday mornings. Let's see here. One thing that we finally got out yesterday is our Athlete of the Week and our Team of the Week polls. Make sure you get your votes in on that. You're going to have to scroll back a little ways now. I've posted a lot of stuff in between now and then, but we put the polls up yesterday. Your Keokuk County Hospital and Clinic's Athlete of the Week. And we do have the poll option back, which is nice. Facebook had gotten rid of the poll option for a little while, but that is back now. So just push on or click on who you want to vote for, what high school athlete you want to vote for our Athlete of the Week. And then, of course, we have our Team of the Week, which is a newer thing. which Kelly Style at State Farm in Oskaloosa is sponsoring. So get in on the Team of the Week. Same thing, just push on the option of who you want to vote for Team of the Week and the Athlete of the Week here on Steve Shuttler Media. Looking at what's up next. Oh, This or That. Forgot to mention This or That. And for some reason, it looks weird again on my screen right now. I don't know why. Pizza or pasta are your choices today. This or That. And it's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. I mentioned on the This or That comments, I said I would eat pizza every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Love me some pizza. I'll eat some pasta too. But if it comes down to it, I'm picking pizza every single time. So This or That went up at 6 a.m. this morning. Let's take a look at a few community calendar events that'll be taking place here in our community over the next few weeks, as English Valley's Junior Senior High School having their Community Service Day. That is tentatively set for Wednesday, April 24th. So take advantage of that. Get a hold of the school if you want to have the kids help you out with some community service projects. That's, again, tentatively set. I'm assuming they're saying tentatively, just in case the weather doesn't cooperate. But get a hold of the EV High School for more information on that. We've got a blood drive coming up. It's about a month away. Mahaska Health has their blood drive Thursday, May 2nd from 1:30 to 4 p.m., so get in on that. And then also the Crisis Intervention Services in Oskaloosa. They are going to be having an event. Let's see, what is the date on that? Saturday, April 20th, from 1 to 6 p.m. on the Oskaloosa Square. As it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, they're going to have a bunch of different activities, refreshments, family fun carnival, coloring contest. It looks like Sierra Griggs will be at that event as well from 2 to 4 p.m. So put that on your calendar for April 20th. I think that's what we needed to get to. We got a bunch of stuff out of the way there. Hope you're having a good morning. How about them Iowa Hawkeye women last night? Woo, woo. Raising the roof. Iowa gets their revenge from a year ago. Oh, you can't see me, Angel Reese. You can't see me. LSU going down to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Caitlin Clark going off for what? What'd she have? 41 points last night? 3-pointers from full court. It seemed like they were full court, but several bombs from Caitlin Clark last night. So Iowa Hawkeyes beat LSU. They get their revenge from last year's title game, and now Iowa moves back into the Final Four for the second year in a row. Awesome game last night. And LSU, I was questioning the referees in the first half last night. I mean, that was some poor officiating in the first half. But things seemed to even out a little bit in the second half, and Iowa pulled away. Heck of a game. Both teams played well. I don't think there's really anything dirty about the game last night. People like to hate on LSU and Coach Kim Mulkey. I'm one of those people, admittedly. But, things were pretty calm last night, and it was a pretty well-played game. So, Iowa moves on to the Final Four. Congratulations to the Iowa women. Let's get to some good mornings here. What's happening in the comments? Rebecca, I know you were right on top of things this morning. You were the first one out of the gates to say good morning, so good morning to you, Rebecca Clarahan. We've got Amber, Doty, Dan. Dan, did you see your number 2 on the weekly top 20? You're right behind Bruce, so keep it up, Dan. Good work there. Dixie, Tamra, Nancy, Sandy, good to see you in the comments. Hope to see you in person sometime soon, Sandy. Hope you're getting along good. Sherry, we've got Tamra. Happy birthday to Aiden Schuster. Thank you for your service. Also, Tracy, Cindy, good morning to you. A great day to be a Hawkeye. Amen to that. Nancy, Doty, so happy birthday to Aiden. Good morning to all of you. Let's jump into things here. Let's do some birthdays. Happy birthday. birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right. Birthdays for today. Again, we're doing the morning wake up brought to us by Home Plate Sports Cards. We are live at the Oski Dental Studios. See? Because they got their banner there. All right. Birthdays today, as we mentioned, Aiden Schuster has a birthday. Singer Phil Castrodale is the old fart on the list today. Phil Castrodale from, evidently, I don't know, the group Reflections. He's 82. Not sure who the Reflections are or who Phil is, but he's on my list, and he's 82, so happy birthday to you. Actress Linda Hunt from NCIS Los Angeles and other things, she is 79. Excuse me. We've got the country singer Emmylou Harris, who I think has had gray hair her entire life. Ever since she was a baby, she had gray hair. Emmylou Harris, great singer, songwriter, 77 years old. We've got country singer Billy Dean, who had a bunch of hits in the 90s into the early 2000s. Billy Dean, 62. There's one time I could have met Billy Dean. He actually came to Oskaloosa at the radio station that I was at, but I had to go to the dentist. I actually had to go to Oski Dental the day that Billy Dean was at the radio station. So, dang it. I had my opportunity to meet Billy back in the day. Also, actor Clark Gregg has a birthday today. He's from some of the Marvel stuff, 62 years old. Actor Michael Fassbender is 47. And those are your celebrity birthdays for today. On this date, again, April 2nd is the date today. On this date in history, it was 1513. Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon landed in Florida. He was actually looking for the Fountain of Youth, but he found Florida, which is just as good as the Fountain of Youth. It was on this date in 1827, lead pencils were made for the very first time. It was on this date in 1872, the gasoline power motor was invented by George Brayton. It was 1902 on this date, the very first movie house in America opened in Los Angeles. Again, 1902. And today, 1954, plans were unveiled to build a place called Disneyland. 1954. Today on the National Day calendar is National Burrito Day. Arriba! It's National DIY Day. Do it yourself. It's National Ferret Day. It's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. And it's National Reconciliation Day on the National Day calendar. Also, if you're keeping track, we are now under 2 weeks away from taxes being due. So do keep that in mind. Did we all survive April Fool's Day yesterday? I didn't fall for anything on Facebook. You know, you see some questionable things that people post trying to get you. But no, I was not got. And I didn't try to fool you guys with anything. I didn't try to put anything over on you guys yesterday. So usually my go-to with my coworkers back in the day was for like the office manager. I would like to come around the corner. Their back would be to me, and I would say, "Don't move. There's a spider on your back." And then the office manager would jump up and, be, "Ah!" But didn't do that yesterday. Let's see here. Things you need to know. I need to hit my things you need to know music. Oh, yeah. Things you need to know. By the way, good morning to you, Ron. Glad to have you. Oh, you're tuning in from Wisconsin. And Kim, good morning to you. Things you need to know. The company that owns Pizza Hut and Taco Bell says that they are going to go what they call AI first, artificial intelligence first. And they are going to invest heavily to automate the making of the food that you get there. Again, we're talking about Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. So I guess going to be replacing people with artificial intelligence in the future for Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Other things you need to know. A new study says that over 40% of adults, 40% of adults sometimes go as long as 3 days without actual in-person human-to-human contact. It's interesting. See, I kind of, with my job here on Steve Shuttler Media, I tend to stay at home quite a bit now because that's where I work for the most part. But I don't go 3 days without seeing somebody. If I'm at home for an extended period of time, I'll go out and just like go to the gas station and get a pop and a snack or something, just to get out of the house and just interact with a few people at the very least. So yeah, don't want to go that long without not seeing anybody. Here's something else you need to know. A survey says, actually claims that knee pain causes your brain to age faster. I literally woke up with some pain in my knee this morning. I guess my brain is aging faster right now. So, knee pain in your brain. Other stuff, because of the recent AT&T data breach, they say the personal data of 73 million people is out there for the world to see, probably on the dark web, where all the hooligans hang out and shenanigans take place. But 73 million people personal data. What do you call it? Data or data? For the AT&T breach. How about Barbara Rush, the actress known for her roles in Peyton Place and All My Children, died on Sunday. She was 97. Rest in peace. New study claims that dogs can actually understand around 25 words. That's not surprising. Also stuff. Oh, the cicadas are coming. The cicadas are coming. They say trillions. That's trillions with a T. R. Trillions. Trillions of cicadas are going to be emerging for one of the largest mating seasons in 21 years. 221 years, actually. Once they hatch, the nymphs feed off of her root sap underground until it's time to mate. An event like this hasn't occurred since 1803 when Thomas Jefferson was president, and it's not expected to happen again until 2244. 17 states expected to be affected. I'm sure we'll see our fair share of cicadas here in Iowa coming up this spring and summer. Ooh, you know what it's time for? It is time for today's Impossible Question. Today's impossible question. Let's see here. The average number of this is 736. What is it? It's it. What is it? It's it. What is it? The average number of this, again, is 736. What is it? It is the number of grapes in a bottle of wine. 736. 736 grapes on a bottle of wine. 736 bottles of wine, grapes, blah, blah, blah. Weird news.
That is weird.
Let's go to some weird. A robot about the size of a Labrador retriever will be camouflaged as a coyote or a fox to ward off migratory birds and other wildlife at Alaska's second largest airport. The Alaska Department of Transportation and Public Facilities has named the new robot Aurora and said it will be based at the Fairbanks Airport to enhance and augment safety and operations. So, again, a robot dog going to be used at the Alaska Airport to scare off birds. That's interesting. Speaking of birds, bird flu. A dairy worker in Texas has contracted bird flu, and while the case appears to be a mild one, its rare nature has health officials taking notice like this. The unidentified worker has eye inflammation as the only symptom and is being treated with the antiviral drug oseltamivir. Have you taken your oseltamivir lately? The person had direct contact with cows presumed to be infected, and the risk for the general public remains low. Give him some time. Give this guy some time, and he'll be... Bird flu. He'll be a zombie. You know it's going to happen. AI. Let's go back to some more AI news. Young kids don't have a great sense about whether smart devices such as Alexa and Siri have feelings like us. I can see how that would be confusing for kids. Researchers in Scotland surveyed more than 160 kids aged 6 to 11 and found that many are unclear about whether the devices can think for themselves. Now, about a third of the kids thought the devices could think for themselves. Another 40% were at least unsure about it. However, only 1% of the respondents called the devices human. So kids, as I said, you can see how kids would be confused by like Alexa and Siri and Hey Google and stuff like that as to whether they were, actual people or had feelings or whatever. I get it. I sometimes think that too, kid. Sometimes I think my Hey Google is just messing with me. All right. Let's go to... This is interesting. Imagine playing a racing game like Mario Kart video game, using only your brain to execute the complex series of turns in a lap. Again, we're talking about playing a video game only with your brain. Now, this is not a fantasy anymore. Engineers at the University of Texas at Austin have created, as part of research into brain-computer interfaces, to help improve the lives of people with motor disabilities. More importantly, the researchers incorporated machine learning capabilities with their brain computer interface, making it a one-size-fits-all solution. So, it's just crazy, the technology that people continue to come up with. And then finally, in some weird news today, a man was struck in the head with a weed whacker after he and 4 other men were accused of robbing a lawn care crew in Texas. A group of men arrived in 2 cars and stole equipment from a worker's vehicle at the end of March while he was weed whacking at a nearby property. Whacking those weeds. Video footage of the incident shows the suspects driving directly at the lawn care worker as he tried to intervene. Police said the suspects also displayed a gun. The worker threw his weed whacker at the car, striking one suspect, causing him to fall out of the vehicle. I think the video is online too, so I might have to look this up. The suspect was, quote, kind of incoherent from being hit in the head with the weed eater. So when all else fails, use your weed whacker to ward off the assailants. This is something kind of random, but the top 10 snobbiest cities in the U.S. This includes both larger cities and smaller towns. San Francisco is the snobbiest. I have never been out to San Francisco, and my wife is right now out in San Diego. I don't know how snobby they are there, but San Francisco, one of the snobbiest cities in the U.S. Washington, D.C. is behind that. Seattle, Boulder, Colorado, Scottsdale, Arizona, Oakland, Portland, Ann Arbor, Cambridge, and Irvine, California. All snobs. They have their nose up in the air, and they drink their tea like this. Let's do some files of law and disorder. In some law and disorder, let's see there. Police say it's not a common sight to see this. It's because the chase in question involved a group of cops. Again, this is out in New Mexico. A group of cops on horses trying to corral a suspected shoplifter in the streets of Albuquerque after he had allegedly lifted about $230 worth of merchandise from a local Walgreens. You know, so many times in the big cities you see videos of robbers just going in big cities and just taking what they want and walking out, nobody doing anything. But in Albuquerque, they're going to chase you down on horse and get you. Let's see here. The incident was March 20th. It was caught on the body cam of a police officer in Albuquerque, part of the police department's horse patrol, who recorded it, calling it a high-steed chase. Not high speed, but high steed, because they're on a horse. You get it? You get it? Let's see here. The police officer directs his equine partner to follow the suspect, ID'd by police as 30-year-old Mark Shaken. The horse nears Shaken more than once. Each time the suspect managed to slip away till they finally got him. So evidently there is some footage online that you can see of the horse chase, the criminal getting chased down by the horse online. That is your files of law and disorder. Let's do something good, something to make you smile here on Steve Shetler Media, the Morning Wake Up. Something to make you smile, always brought to us by our friend Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney. She can help you out with all things dental, cleanings, pediatrics, extractions, dentures, orthodontic, all sorts of stuff. Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney and Oskaloosa. Dr. Stacy Freeze, located right here in Sigourney. She brings us something to make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
All right, something to make you smile from Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solution. So here's the story. Jose Garcia was hauling a load of goats to his California dairy farm when he hit a huge snowstorm driving through Utah. Traffic was at a standstill. Now, he panicked as hours ticked by with no movement on the freeway. Now, he was panicking because the goats needed to be milked every 12 hours, or their udders would become painfully swollen and maybe infected. Now, he says, I was right on the 12-hour mark. Traffic finally got moving. Now, Garcia learned there was a livestock supply store about an hour away. He headed there, explained his situation, and asked the store employee, Lisa Fernandez, if she would help him milk the goats. And she agreed. She even went as far as contacting several store employees to see if they would come help with the massive milking operation. And within 30 minutes, about 40 people showed up to help on a chilly night, even though the vast majority had never milked a goat before. So they got all the goats milked just in time. That is something to make you smile, brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let's wrap this up with some duh. In some duh. Let's see here. Let's go to the golf course. Nick Taylor hit a 72-foot eagle putt, dropped it into the cup. Bedlam ensued. So this guy hits a long eagle putt. He sank the longest putt of his PGA Tour career on the fourth hole of a nail-biting playoff. The 35-year-old had just ended the 69-year-old wait for a Canadian golfer to win the Canadian Open. So he did it. You know, craziness. Everybody's celebrating. The celebrations matched the moment on Sunday at Toronto's Oakdale Golf and Country Club. The crowd erupted. Their hometown hero had just enough time to raise his fist in victory before he is wrapped up in a hug by his caddy. Everybody's going crazy until a security guard evidently mistook the golfer, what's his name? Hadwin, to mistake Hadwin for an invading member of the gallery, skirted around Taylor to take down the bottle-wielding golfer, driving him to the floor of the 18th green with a linebacker-type tackle. Now, onlookers, including Markle, the caddy, rushed in to clear up the mistaken identity. Hadwin was quickly helped back to his feet. Footage showing him stood arm in arm with the security guard shortly after. So again, there was a huge celebration on the golf course in Canada. Security guard got a little overzealous and tackled the wrong guy. You tackled the wrong guy! He gets the duh.
Duh. Duh? Duh! Duh.
Duh. That is your Department of Duh. And that is your morning wake up. Good morning to you, Lori. Good morning to you, Pat, Jackie, Renee, and Carson. Glad to see everybody hanging out this morning on the morning wake up, brought to us by Home Plate Sports Cards in Oskaloosa. Stop in and see Eddie at 1516 A Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Make sure you check out his WrestleMania party coming up this weekend. A look at our forecast once again for today. Well, what you see is what you get. Showers, breezy, cloudy, and a high around 44. Maybe some rain and snow showers mixed in for tonight. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate. All right, coming up here later on this morning here on Steve Shuttler Media, we've got In Remembrance Of. That'll be at 8 a.m. At noon, we'll put up our What's Happening in Southeast Iowa video. If you have something that's happening, a community calendar type of an event, get those into me. You can message me here on my Steve Shuttler Media Facebook page. Message me with an image of an event, of like a community type of an event. You can get that in by message. We'll have that at noon. Successful Farming at 5:30. We'll have Be the Light Ministry, hopefully tonight with Jackie Jarms at 6:30. So tune in. Lots of stuff to get to today here on Steve Shuttler Media. Again, we are broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. We are doing the Home Plate Sports Cards Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shuttler Media. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.